I'm gonna do it 5 times to be sure. Slowly open your throttle fully. Good morning guys, my name is the Old Mechanic and welcome back in my shed. And today we're gonna do a deep dive into a sensor on a BMW that's very much overlooked. Now guys, let's dive a bit deeper into what a TPS does and how it's made. That's interesting, huh? I have my laptop here so I can look, as it's a very interesting sensor, a very important tool. So this one is the original BMW, and actually it's a bit a cheapo device. Basically it's a potentiometer, you know, the one that was back in the days at your amplifier, putting the volume up and down. But over time that potentiometer starts to wear, and then your sound starts to crack. And you have to spray it. Remember? And then it was, for a certain period of time, the problem was solved. And this one is actually the same, but it's a closed thing. So you can't spray it, and spraying was only, yeah, it solved the problem for just a while. It was the wear that was causing the problem. It has a resistive track, which means, I can maybe draw it. For you that's more interesting, eh? Always interesting. Let's see, eh? I'm gonna show you in a moment. It's a simplified way of showing how this thing works. This is the resistive track, this. And there is this wiper, this moving contact. It slides from there to there. And this is, wait a minute, I already measured it, about 5 kilo ohms. So when your throttle is half open, then it's about here. And then this is 2.5 kilo ohms. And this also 2.5 kilo ohms. See? Then it's halfway. So it's linear. Over here is the shortest, so then it's about not exactly 0, but let's say a few ohms. And when it's almost over there, then it's from there to there. So it's the most. So this is fully open, this is fully closed. That's actually what it does. And just what I said, that over many years that track wears and the signal becomes noisy, and the ECU may receive an unstable throttle position signal. The new one from ATC, he developed totally different approach to it, but a far more better solution than this, because the ATC throttle position sensor works with a Hall sensor. That's far more better, and I can't understand why BMW made this in the first place with a Hall sensor, as we have a lot of Hall sensors already in the bike. Eh? If you have a quick shifter, we have a few in the bike. But I think this is a much cheaper solution. Now, what's the benefit of a Hall sensor TPS? Well, it has no moving contacts. It is contactless. It has no resistive track, it has no rubbing contacts, and there is no mechanical wear between the sensing parts. So that's interesting, eh? Then let's move on, eh? I have it all here, guys, eh? Because I don't want to skip something. And when you do it, I always forget some things. With the Hall sensor, it has a magnet that rotates with the throttle shaft. So when you yank on the, on the throttle, your valves go open and closed in your throttle body. And that axle, this thing is mounted to it. So it knows the position of your throttle position sensor. This is actually maybe a 40 years old invention, and it never got an upgrade. Never. When you rev at a certain point, let's say 5,000-6,000 RPMs, maybe earlier or maybe later, I'm not sure, then it advances the moment of spark, because the system becomes so fast that it ignites the fuel too late if you don't advance it. Now guys, which part of the engine benefits from the throttle position sensor? Well, that is your ignition timing, but also your fuel delivery. So your injectors, the timing of your injectors, how long they stay open and close, because the ECUs in your bike knows exactly what you want from the bike. Your throttle fully open or closed or a bit or whatever. And this is very important thing for that. You don't get extra horsepower, and you don't get a better fuel economy, and you don't get a higher top speed. Guys, sorry, can't help it. But you get a more reliable bike with a nicer, smoother throttle response. That's the great benefit of it. I know with my bike, every now and then, when I'm standing at the traffic light and I want to drive away, I release the clutch a bit, give a tiny bit throttle, and then sometimes my bike hesitates for a split second. It's like he skipped one spark. So, but just noticeable, but not enough to let the bike stall. So, but every now and then he does that. So, boop, boop. And sometimes when I'm driving at the steady speed on the motorway, the same thing. When I open my throttle, it hesitates for just a split second. That developed over time, and actually it's noticeable, but it's not something to panic about. Sometimes I think, okay, I'm curious if that is the outcome of my TPS starts to wear. I'm curious about that. If that problem, if that is solved, if my throttle is maybe smoother, I don't know. I have no idea, guys. I think it runs great. But it's those tiny things that you can improve on your bike. And this is one. Look in the description below. Guys, be smart and buy it from the guy who figured it out, who developed it, who made it better and better and better over time. I'm sure that at one point people gonna copy it, the Hall sensor, but probably with cheapo internal stuff. So that's my advice. Now, we're gonna mount it. It's so deadly easy. Yeah, a boxer, eh? So, come on over. Now guys, to change the TPS, that is so easy. Now watch. First thing we have to do is take, oops, this locking thing off. Then that goes down. Then screw your old TPS off. And up this one. Hop, hop, hop. This is actually under a minute thing to do. This one off. And then you can just take it off. Easy. We're here now anyway, so it's a good plan to give your throttle position sensor connector a quick spray. I use ACF 50. It's okay. Oh, oops. Just a tiny bit. Hop. Okay. Then. Okay. Here we have the Hall sensor. TPS, it's, see, slightly bigger, but that's no problem. The only thing you have to look for is that flat side on this thing, and that needs to correspond with that one. Suppose it's like this, I just rotate it until it's, see, hop, perfectly. And now, if you take it off, you see it aligns. So, yeah, this is easy, guys. Huh? Then you have the screws with it. I use my Torx bolts. Screw them in. Ta-da! Hop. And this one. Then tight it, but as I always say, guys, not too tight, eh? Just like this, and like this. Put the connector back on, and this one in. Up. Job done. Now let's move on. The next thing we have to do, because this is a self-learning system, and we have to put the bike on ignition and slowly open the throttle and close the throttle 3 to 5 times. Then put it off ignition, wait for, let's say, 30 seconds, then the ECU got programmed with the new reality. I can't find another word for it. So, now, hop, things out of the way, and now we're gonna do the throttle magic. Now guys, we're gonna put my bike on ignition. Always wait for the Atari, eh? Beep, beep, beep. Then, I'm gonna do it 5 times, to be sure. Slowly open your throttle fully. Then slowly close it. 1 time. 2. Don't yank it. So whop whop. 3. 4. carefully up. And this is the last time, 5 times. Okay, yes, then shut the bike off. I'm gonna open the doors and we start it up and see if anything has changed. Okay. We're gonna put the bike on ignition. Ready? It feels like it picks up just a bit smoother. It felt like it's more linear. Understand? More linear as my old TPS. But we have to take it for a ride, eh? That's also something I'm gonna do. Okay. Well guys, this was my video explaining a bit how a TPS works, how important it is. Change it from the old style to the latest tech with a Hall sensor. Would I buy it? Yes, I would buy it. Simply because I am sure that over the years my old TPS starts to wear without me actually knowing it, because it creeps in. And now I have a TPS which is very important actually, and it's the latest tech. It's with a Hall sensor. Can't go wrong with that. There's no moving parts anymore. So, well, I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you do, hey, subscribe to my channel. Hope to see you the next time. Old Mechanic out.